Good morning, everyone. I wanted to hop in and touch on body image, but in a way that maybe it hasn't been talked about before. I mean, it does show up in really obvious ways like wearing baggy clothing, hiding when the camera comes out, not feeling comfortable in a swimsuit. Those are like really superficial and obvious symptoms of low body image. But maybe you don't really consider the fact that your poor body image is actually keeping you in a relationship where you are not happy. It may even be as far as staying in a mentally or physically abusive relationship, but there's that belief that no one else would ever want you and it's better off to be here than alone. That is a really common one. And as well as maybe not taking on that job offer because you don't feel like you can handle it or that you don't deserve it. Maybe you don't have the confidence in your ability to actually do that job well. And that is another symptom of poor body image. But I actually wanted to talk about how our low self-worth and poor body image is actually keeping us very oppressed. It's 2020 now. We are always, as women, trying to fight for equal rights, and it's really easy to point the finger at men. But I instead want to give you an alternative perspective as to what I am seeing and what I've discovered in my own experience. So we blame men, but I want you to consider this. How much money have you spent on changing your appearance? I'm talking diets, weight loss products, getting a gym membership with the intention of altering your appearance versus doing this for health reasons. How much do you spend on dyeing your hair every month? How much do you spend on your fingernails, your eyelashes, your makeup, your face cream? How many dollars do you think you've spent in your lifetime just on those things? And those are really basic beauty things that we're always buying into. Let's take it a step further. How much money have you spent on lip injections, filler, Botox, plastic surgery, whether that be implants or a tummy tuck? And I'm just curious, maybe today sit down and write out what you think you've spent on altering your appearance. Now, how much money have you spent on your education and building a business? Because the stats show that we dump a lot more money into altering our appearance than we do on our own education and building a business. So if you are stuck in that job that you hate, I want you to question, have you been spending most of your money on altering how you look versus building a business, investing in your future? And don't feel bad if the numbers that you're spending on your appearance are far more than what you're spending on personal development, because that is the majority of us. I truly believe that if we did not spend as women so much time and money on our appearance, we would have equal pay. We would have a lot more female CEOs. But we are too fucking busy trying to be skinny and young looking and pretty that where do we have the time and energy and the resources to actually create a business and to actually invest in our education? Dieting literally sucks the life and energy out of you. So like you wouldn't even be able to study anyway. And we act like it's men's fault that we aren't equal. But how many of you can say that you've spent $300 on hair dye, highlights, all the things, you come home and your partner doesn't even notice that you got your hair colored? They don't notice when you got your nails done or your eyelashes, very rarely, because they don't fucking care about your lashes. It's women that care about that shit. So we really, really need to get out of our own way if we want to be equal. We need to get out of our own way if we want to have a life of fulfillment. And we have a career that we get to wake up to and we're excited about. We have to get out of our own way. And that starts by questioning, who in the fuck made these societal ideals? I remember when I was a kid, it was toothpick legs that were in and a flat ass. And now you have to have a little waist and a big Kardashian butt. When that trend goes away, I no longer fit the ideal. And if they go back to flat asses and stick legs, I'm screwed. We can't keep chasing these ideals because they change all the time. And we're spending a lot of time and money on trying to get close to those ideals, but we'll never ever reach them. So instead, I really want you to sit with this today. I want you to write down today how much you think you've spent on diets, weight loss pills, different supplements, makeup, hair, nails, all of those things. I want you to write down how much you think you've spent. And then I want you to write down how much you think you've spent on your education and developing yourself as a whole person. Because guess what? There's a whole person inside there. It's not just your hair and your little waist and your fucking eyelashes, okay? We really, really need to get out of our own ways as women if we ever plan to be equal. You do not see men wasting 2 hours in the morning on their makeup and their hair. They get up and just be and start building something. That's why there are so many more male CEOs in this world. That's why they get paid more, is because they're putting in more time and energy into those things and not trying to shrink themselves and make themselves look young and pretty. So I really, really want you to, I know this is super heavy first thing in the morning, but I want you to sit with that, because every single human deserves to have a life of fulfillment, deserves to get up and go to a job that they love. And if you're a stay-at-home mom and that's where your heart is and you love it, then you deserve to get up to that and be the best fucking mom you can be. And your kids don't care if you have your nails done and your hair is perfect. They care that you're spending time with them and teaching them these values at a very young age. So I know it's heavy, I know I got fiery, but it does make me really upset when I look at how much money Canadian and American women have spent just in a year on altering their appearance versus building something for themselves that not only them but other people can benefit from. Nobody benefits from your hair when it's done. Nobody. So, but they do benefit if you create a business that's really meaningful and it impacts other people. Like, would you rather die with this legacy that you've helped so many people and you've touched so many lives, or would you rather have written on your headstone, had really good hair and nice lashes? Let's be serious. We have got to stop oppressing ourselves. We are doing it to ourselves. We cannot keep hating on men because it is not their fault. They do not expect us to be that societal ideal. And if they do, they're a narcissist and they're probably still a little boy. So you can move on from that. But yes, I really want you to sit with this today and go through the numbers. And I want you to look at it and be confronted with it. Because then from here, you can start managing your money and time and pushing it into like investments and personal development, developing your whole self, not just your physical self, so that you can become an incredible human. Wake up excited about life instead of, oh, I gotta weigh out my food today because I want to lose X amount of pounds by this date. You deserve a full life. You deserve to feel fulfilled. So I really want you guys to sit with that today. Share it with as many women as you can, because I think it's a message that needs to be heard. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know what your thoughts are. I'm always in my DM, so feel free to DM me if you have any questions, or if this video hit a little different for you today, let me know.